Fellow Sierra Leoneans, this na Dr. Sylvia Blyden, and today, Friday, May 6th, 2022. This na my 66th broadcast in my ongoing series of address to the people of this great nation. We go call them audio number 066. Today, as I'm in promise, we get to talk about timings and waiting cause the delay inside that case where we brother Alfred Peter Conte, Minkel Anes by Kuroma, Usman Fode Yansane, then go court because of the way how they run me party where I belong to when at the All People's Congress. But before I come into that substance there, I want to talk a few things then. The first one I want to talk about now the issue of my colleague when I was in the cabinet, the Honorable Alhaji Kemo Sise. This message, they go to the governing Sierra Leone People's Party, that's the SLPP. Now, a brief message. I address this message to the SLPP from the leader of the SLPP, when our president, His Excellency Dr. Julius Madabio, down to the last person at the SLPP. Now they talk so tonight. Because now first I want to talk to. You see, when the women in our cabinet, all ministers get your position in a cabinet, your permanent position when I did for sit down. That didn't they put for you. And me on permanent position, they between two ministers. On my left-hand side, na Alhaji Kemo Sise, and on my right-hand side was another minister. And you know what in a cabinet, discussions, they always happen when I discuss about the country in faith, decisions to be taken. So you're able to know by your colleague inside the cabinet who are smart, who are intelligent, and if they are waiting next to you, very smart, they will pick up you and go they discuss together and go they exchange notes. When you can't counter the mass on a company foot under the table, you know where you want to discuss, you want to talk something that they go mass your foot, say you will not talk this, so you're able to know somebody in character. And one thing where I can talk to on a SLPP, one can tell on tonight, is that Kemo Sise now one of the most intelligent Sierra Leone citizens. I see that with a cabinet. Now me they discuss the cabinet next to next. Now me say she don't two of them enter cabinet. I come on a cabinet. I Kemo Sise they right next to me, so I know him. He's very intelligent. Now when I watch the video when I cause them for dinner outside this so right now in jail, I wonder because I know him for be very intelligent. And I wonder, what thing happen? We reach to that stage where we make that video day. And I will comment on what thing he saying at the video or because of the court case. But one thing I can tell you now is that he's a very intelligent man and an asset to Sierra Leone. The second thing I want to tell you now is, I don't know if I don't see that recent report where the United States government pulled about the government of Sierra Leone, because now they're in charge now for the last 4 to 5 years. So anything where they're talking about the government of Sierra Leone, if it's good, now a blessing and a praise for the SLPP leader. If it's bad, now an indictment and a terrible slur and smear and a stain on the SLPP leader himself and your party. I don't know if I don't read that report there. But that report is nasty. It's nasty. He say on a government they kill people there arbitrarily. He talk things the inside the way not palatable. This is not the largest democracy in the world, the United States government. Waiting a right but on a government. It's on a government where they kill people then. It's on a killer government. That's what the American government say. Then they say, boku what that in the back way, not fine for it, not palatable, not good. It made that happen. How come when I drop so bad? So the bad report, if I not see it, una way the SIPP way not see that report today, una go find them. The report is bad. The American government, and so una government a killer government, una they kill citizens them. That's what they say. And the right, bad other thing them, but human rights abuses, some of the abuse citizens their rights, Now, what I want for tell una, and una can take this, or una can left am. But now how me see amo, na so they tell una now. The American government, from the days of Tijan Kaba, where the Megawan Chief Justice Adriana Thomas, Teto Anes Baikoma, the Megawan Chief Justice Umu Hawa Tijan Jalo, then Lita Valicious Thomas, the Justice Charm, the current Chief Justice way. They don't do so much for revolutionize the judiciary. Honestly, I mean, in terms of justice delivery to the hinterlands, to remote areas, taking justice to the people, the current Chief Justice don't do well. Of course, I mean, on a personal level, me not going to say they treat me personally fine. But when you look at the broader picture, the current Chief Justice has been a fantastic Chief Justice, one of the best we've had in terms of taking justice to the people, expanding the access to justice. He's great. He's done great things. But when you read the human rights report where the American government writes, when they talk about when a government say when they kill people there, when they killer, when they kill. When you read them, you wonder that sort of translate to the actuality of what the Chief Justice and the judiciary don't achieve. You know why? When I listen to the SLPP, na free advice at the good so. If I want to take her, if I want to throw her. Now, because, for example, from the days of Adriana Thomas, the American government don't spend millions of dollars for help for revamp and resuscitate and rebuild and strengthen access to justice for the people of Sierra Leone. And one of the things the way the American government, we know, say don't spend a huge amount of money pan. Now for set up what they call bail policy documents. I repeat, bail policy documents. This nothing where the American government they spend money for help the judiciary for develop bail policies, standards by which anybody in at the bench, if you're a judge, if you're a magistrate, up to Supreme Court, the standards by which you for grant bail or you not for grant bail. And one of the reasons why I make the American government spend so much money on this, now because now a human rights issue. The refusal of bail, for refuse somebody bail, for send the person go na jail and refuse and bail, now a human rights issue. So when they don't find out, say, such refusal of bails, they create tensions, they create bad blood, they make people, then they abuse their authority, when you vex pan somebody no more, you just send and go and I say, na refuse and bail safe, just go lock her up first, spend the weekend day, a day first. Human rights abuse. So for help this situation, the American government spent a lot of money for help the judiciary, the chief justice of several chief justices over the years, for develop and print then documents they are with and called bail policies. And then bail policy are now then get what they call bailable offenses, automatic bailable offenses. And then they get the one way not bailable, but which can be bailable subject to review. You see, when you take somebody we don't offend, or we don't allegedly offend, and you refuse and bail, you go lock up at them road because you want to teach a lesson. You want to show and say you get power. Now you're not the boss. And I go lock her up. When you refuse and bail for waiting the bail policy call a bailable offense, one, it means to say all that money where the American government may don't spend for help you for set up them policy there. Now waste. Because it means to say where you had wham or where you vex, you dey manipulate the system so that person self will commit offense when a bailable offense, you dey refuse and bail. Even though the policy where the American government don't help you for set, they show you say this person not for be refused bail. But because you want to show the person say na me get power, they go lock her up. They refuse and bail for a bailable offense. Today, May 6. Today May 6, 2022. Today mark the second anniversary of May 6, 2020, where una government send policeman then for can broke me front door na me house and pull and his bike my picture na me house as evidence for Kego na court. On May 6, this was after I don't search all my phone, my laptops, my internet, my emails, my Facebook, and you not for nothing. So when I need materials, so when I go able use for justify why when I for continue for keep me in a jail. Because that time I don't the detention now 6 days from May 1st. So today mark the second anniversary of not only broke me front door for can't take an bike or my picture, but the second anniversary of subjecting me to that horrific search. Oh, I mean, search me. Today mark the second anniversary. Now, why make all of that name happen to me? Now, because somebody may want proof, say, get power. So something where I'm not supposed to go through, me human rights, the abuser. Exactly 2 years ago, broke me house, invade my privacy, do all type of things. Today mark and 2 years. We then come with journalists that all broke me front door, take an esco, my picture, can me bedroom, video, all sign on me house, begin papi show I'm around the one whole wall. Now, then I mean charge me now after 22 days for something when a bailable offense, but when I refuse me bail, when I send me go Pademba Road. Now the same thing I don't do now to Kemosise. Kemosise in charges where I know they discuss, I know they mention them, I know they discuss in charges. But it fall under the category of a bailable offense. But it tell like somebody had worms on side. So that person, they become a heartworm. Kemosise, they Pademba Road, I want like this. Refused bail for a bailable offense according to a bail policy that was helped to be developed by money from the United States government. Now, SLPP, what you are the tell una? What you are the try for tell una now? I dey try for tell una say, una don't dirty una self needlessly. Make una not make una heart then the warm, so te people then the able for use una wamat for puel una self. 2 years ago, una do unto me. Detain me for a bailable offense. Refuse me bail for a bailable offense. Kemosi say back. I need to talk about what he do. But I don't refuse and bail for a bailable offense. America no go like that. Now for that made them they pull, then can report when they pull against una. Because that report against una is very bad. It's a terrible, terrible report. It's terrible. And so una government a kill a government, una they kill people there. It did it. It's bad. Say so many nasty things about una government. The United States government, now they talk so about una government. It is because simple thing they want not for make wamat pan, una they go overboard with wamat. Why Kemosi say for be refused bail? Why? There is a bail policy financed by the United States government for us. And it clarifies bailable offense and what's not a bailable offense. If no one for prosecute Kemosi say, prosecute him. It is your right to prosecute him. But don't persecute him. When you persecute somebody, you abuse the person in human rights. Then they make American government elect so that good thing they want they do. Look the wonderful thing where president go do na loan, sir. This is wonderful. I mean, whether you like it or not, you have to commend him. Success, great things in loan, sir. Wait, he don't go do so for this Marampa mind. But it all would get diluted by the treatment of Kemosi. SLPP, you have no benefit out of refusing to give bail to APC stalwarts. No benefit at all. And take it from me, if una continue for they do this, now una self they write una indictment papers. But I say indictment, una indictment papers where they make eventually una they lost all sympathy. Usai una forget sympathy. Kemosi say refused bail for a bailable offense just because somebody somewhere feels to say he has been offended. And if I should say, get power. It's not worth it. So now all you beautiful success na Marampa, na Lonsa, way now for the fly sky high now, it's overshadowed. You know they know. You know they realize because you see the way these, and you know sometimes I can wonder because I know say President Madabiel study international relations. I know that he studied international relations at one of the best international relations universities in the world, at Washington, D.C. I know this for a fact. So sometimes I can wonder at how somebody with such brilliance will study international relations, not able to see the effects of waiting seem for be insignificant. We're not really insignificant. Sending Kemosi to jail, refusing him bail, the long run, they overshadow all the successes we score in all the development areas. It's not worth it. SLPP, on a pull that man up by road prison. If no one for prosecute him, but don't deny him bail for a bailable offense. I know they discuss what he say. I know they defend what he say. I know they discuss what una charge them with. What they say to una is that when you refuse somebody bail for a bailable offense, you they destroy yourself at the international eyes. On that note, I'll go to the next issue. The second message I want for person, I just want for remind, especially me APC comrades, them say, when it comes and Sylvia Blyden in issue, una just keep the faith. Those of una wey don't believe in me all this time, just continue for keep the faith. If they're not able me all this time to also with this, so me one grain the faith battle, una they see. They're not able me all this time. Not to nothing past God Almighty. Not to nothing but the glory of God in my life. So I don't want una for worry, because so many of una, I see they continuously they worry, because especially this BNTM, the man then just panic and now they hype up all kind of the same lies. They no more Sylvia RUF, Sylvia Rebel, Sylvia this, Sylvia that, I don't want una for worry. Please, just keep on a focus, continue for trusting me, and rest assured, I not go ever sell the APC out. I can never sell the APC out. Me parents them, me grandparents them, we don't go beyond. They not go ever forgive me if I sell out the APC. So now rest assured on that. No worry, I can never betray the APC, and at the same time, nobody not able intimidate me for make a back off from doing what is correct for the All People's Congress. And I rest assured on that. APC na me party, na our party. We not dey comot there. We dey fix her up to how Sheikh Stevens and the founding fathers they may mean for how the party for day when they form the party. So una rest assured on that. Una no worry on her aid. I can never betray the APC. And at the same time, I can never be intimidated. No way. Now then go run. No. Una allow they go no more. Now then get for run. No. But me not they run come APC. Now, let me come to the main topic for today. Wetin make this case here stay na court? Because this na easy case, very straightforward case. Then people here, how the APC and the National Constitution say party for operate. The APC Constitution and the National Constitution. How they say party for operate. Now so the APC party mean they operate? Yes or no? Now ain't gonna court, na simple matter. Then say, then for elect the chairman of all constituencies, districts, regions, national officers. Were they elected? No. So if they were not elected, are they legitimate? No. The one where they say they can select the chairman and the deputy chairman, and the constituency executives, the ward executives, district executives, regional executives. What did the Constitution say? It said them for all office for only 3 years. 3 years. After 3 years, they expire. So that case they go to court. Simple case. Very easy case. Now, I'm for take una through the case. Let una see wetin cause the delay. Then after I don't show una wetin cause the delay, I can do short analysis for una inside this audio before we close up this audio for today. Now, I dey use the judge in judgment, as well as the developments the way they happen as the case they go along. Now, this case, the writ of summons, we for start the case. Now, on the 28th of January, 2021, if you want to go find pen and paper, I can pause the audio at this point. When I go find pen and paper, so I can write them down. This case na 28th January 2021. Now Alfred Peter Conte ensure say he get a young man as in attorney for file the writ of summons for this case for start na court. But the people that were the case they against, when they want to serve them, then they balance. Then they balance for me, they not serve them. So Alfred Peter Conte say, well, they want to waste time on this case. And I know we agree make them waste time. So we go for what they call substituted service. And in the process, we dey rush back again for make them put injunction and then for block them, make them not do nothing. We go affect the APC more than how they don't affect the APC. So on the 26th of February, after Anesbai Kuruma Usman for the Yansane, them the balance for me, they not serve them the papers, the court papers. On the 28th of February, he go front this judge now when Adrian Fisher, the Honorable Justice Adrian Fisher. And Justice Adrian Fisher, he look the papers the way they file front him. And he say in the grant a temporary injunction. And then make them try for go look for them people here so that they can serve them the documents, then let the case start. That was on the 26th of February 2021. And I write down the dates when I will get pen and paper. Now, on the 4th of March 2021, and in 5 days after that first 26th of February hearing, now let the matter now, Anesbai Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane, then lawyer then go file arguments, they now say for make them throw the matter out of court. Then go oppose the matter. Until first them in the balance inside January till February, them in the balance. So March now, then go file on March 4 and say for oppose the matter. So between March 4 to March 10, then an argument for oppose, come with all kind application front the judge for oppose this matter. So finally on March 10, 2021, now the judge say don't listen all the arguments then done that 10 day. He say okay, he go adjourn for can give ruling. But during the time when they make the arguments, now he then get for ask the judge say, do ya? Then go want for go old convention so that APC can get new constitution, because then go accept front the judge say the constitution where APC get is not democratic according to them. That the excuse that way then go give against Wu party. They say Wu party constitution is not democratic. When a big fat lie. That 1995 constitution where they say not democratic. Now a big fat lie. It was democratically created constitution with democratically created clauses. But what it not mean democratic, I mean the leadership mean they abuse loopholes inside the 1995 constitution. So, but then talk to themselves, then go talk, say, let the judge allow them to go create what in them call a democratic constitution. So the judge may therefore ask Alfred Peter Conte in lawyer. He said, what do you think about this? He said, the man they don't say, make us stop this case for allow them to go get convention, for get new constitution. So, well, before they make this application, the judge may don't talk inside open court. We all listen at that day. This is a match. He said this case, the way in Sian, na case were very easy for court. He said they take 1 month, they done the case. That's what the judge told Justice Adrian Fisher in open court. He said this case in Sian, not a case for take more than 1 month. He said the judge the case. That's what he talk in March. Well, you can imagine, judge don't talk, say, he go judge the case inside 1 month. Anybody will know, say, APC need for go quick, for begin prepare for elections that is over 2 years away from that 10 day. The person, the glad say inside 1 month, the judge saying they can cut the case. Those so many people them. I mean, this is not just common sense. You must gladly. The judge say inside 1 month in they cut the case. When after the judge talk say inside 1 month in they cut the case, now then go and by Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane. Now then go tell the judge say, pause the case. We want go convention. Imagine. Then say let the judge not cut the case inside 30 days. Let the judge not cut the case inside 1 month. Let the judge stop the case, pause the case, suspend the case, postpone the case, delay the case. I repeat, delay the case because they want to go convention. So, the judge asked Alfred Peter Conte, lawyer. He said, make her delay the case, make her suspend the case, make her postpone the case, so una can go convention. Alfred Peter Conte, lawyer, say yes, in no mind. So at that point, and the judge said and say, okay, since the two sides are on say una no mind, he said, but you your side, you Alfred Peter Conte, you your side, you don't confront me as a judge. And you don't tell me, say, them man then, yeah, them two particular man, yeah, them position where they all, in not legal, in not legitimate. Then regional chairman, then district chairman, then constituency chairman, then women's leader, then youth leader, the departments, them, at the party office, all the leadership of them departments, and you don't tell me, say, they're all not legitimate. He said, but now you want to make them go convention. He said, this matter they front me about whether they're legitimate or not. He said, so if you want for make allow them for go convention, then he turned to Anesbai Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane, then lawyer them. He tell them the same thing. He said, if una want for go convention, he said, fortunately for una, the constitution say we don't need 100% attendance. The people don't listen, no. Justice Adrian Fisher tell them, he said, fortunately, the APC constitution say we don't need 100% attendance for convention for all. For the convention for all, we only need a certain percentage for get a quorum for the convention for all. It says, so what they do? I go grant waiting Anesbai Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane then want for make her delay this case, make her postpone this case, let them party go convention. He said, but I go pull them one and they say, since una get question mark over una aid, una not for take part na this convention. Because right now the question where they front me say una not legitimate. It says I go allow una party for go convention, but only on the condition that the delegates the way they go the convention, then for be elected by the constituency, then each constituency for elect in your own delegates them. It is that thing now, I know saying a fresh legitimacy, fresh mandate, now then they go this convention with. It says, so since you say no go convention, I go allow that. I'm not ready for cut this case inside 30 days. I told the judge me, so when the judge they talk now, I say, I'm not ready for cut this case inside 30 days. He said, but since you go convention, okay, so this na the other way they give now. Una go convention, but una always get question mark over una aid, una not take part. And since una constitution not say we forget 100% attendance, the number where they give permission for attend, that number they reach the quorum, we forget credibility for all convention. He says, so una go ahead. Now, me people them if Anesbai Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane. Now then go front the judge and ask the judge say, we want for go convention for this party for get constitution. We don't want you for judge this case inside 30 days. The judge don't agree. You know what he then do? Them when are the same one mean go front and apply say for delay the case. Now they can now, they can file fresh paper back for delay the case more. Now waiting them file. Then file said that they mean say they want convention, but now the way how the judge say for me them go convention, then one for go na up court, the next level of the court where they call appeals court. So then go file boku paper them for oppose. But how the court system then as alone, when the lower court don't give a judgment, if you want oppose that judgment day in the higher court, you they can force front that lower court day and inform them. You give you grounds under which you want for go at the higher court. And then that particular lower court, they now they give permission, say, yes, I go stop this case, go to the appeals court. Or you go say, no, I not stop this case. Then if you want, now you can still go try at the appeals court, say, well, the lower court not agree, make it stop the case. So what in Usman for the Yansanen and his by Koma then do? Then go file boku papers them. Delay the case till May. Imagine no. Inside May now, finally the judge give in last ruling now say this convention, if una want time for go ahead, it go only go ahead if una will get question mark, una not take part. So now on that basis, they now finally, now then begin slow one. Then begin arrange for the convention. But that thing now, it don't reach May 28th, the end of May, June don't begin. And the time when they give them for the convention, the time they look and pin say not get for do because they don't waste time. You know what they do? Then wait till July. Almost July now, towards the end in July. And then go front to the judge and then say, Pa, the time not do what you mean give for do this convention. So we they beg make you adjust the time. So now so then take them waste time more upon the case. Say let the judge delay them back. Forget time for go do all waiting the judgment order them. So the judge himself inside the first week of August. Now the judge give them the permission for extend the time more till reach inside September now. So finally, it take them 5 months, nothing not happen, past delay upon delay by willful. By willful, it take them 5 months by willful. From the time when they ask, say, they want for go for convention instead of the case for continue and done inside 30 days. So case will be for done inside 30 days, then delay them first by 2 months between the end of February to the end of April, then they delay the case. Then that's a 2 months, February, then delay them, end of February, March and April. Then go waste time till May for force the judge for do fresh judgment, say they not get right for go appeal. From that May now, then take another back, waste time back again. So then waste a grand total of 7 months. Just the waste the court in time, just the delay. Anes by Kuruma and Usman Fode Yansane. 7 months, law quantum, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. If you count the February, it will be 8 months. So if you start out from March, that's 7 months. So then delay for 7 months for no reason at all. Just the waste time, excuse upon excuse. And as I tell on gist now, the judge say the first day when the case go front her, this na March 4, 2021, the judge say inside 30 days, that means by April 2021, the judgment already for court this case. And as by Kuroma and Usman Fode Yansane, they make sure say they waste time, file irrelevant papers upon irrelevant papers, how they want to go convention, let them pause the case. When they say let them go convention, then come back with fresh argument, waste time. Then when they waste time done, when they done the convention, then they tell the judge now, say, well, they don't get new constitution now. And this new constitution, it get procedure way for follow. And that procedure, they should be followed since at the judgment tell them say, in they give them permission for go get new constitution. But what they do again, way even worse, where the judge is right in judgment, because you know, he's a brilliant judge, and posterity, he want to make sure say posterity not all and wrongly. So he makes sure say he right time inside in judgment, say. He say, in tell them, say, when they go na convention, make sure, say, all the membership issues, challenges the way they get, let them go resolve on one time before then they come back front time. So the judge, he write time, he say, he notice, say, they refuse, when a complete contempt of court, they refuse for resolve the membership issues. He said, but in look, this is what the judge say, now they read from so far now, they read inside Creole. He said, I look, now remember, say, then why, if I follow them, for impose sanctions on them, for clear contempt of court, because the judge saying a clear contempt of court, where he tell them, say, make them go resolve membership issues, they not agree. He say, he not go expedient and he not go in the interest of justice because Italic say they want waste me time. Because the judge said, we put in judgment. Instead of catch up say, and as by Kuroma and Usman Fode Yansane, then dip and play games for waste the time of the court. So he tell the judge in judgment. And what did he do? What did the judge write? On, if we turn to the judgment, page 14, paragraph number 15. He said they waste me time for 2 months. But frivolous applications, unnecessary applications. He said whole of March and they file unnecessary applications. Till inside February, we give orders. He said, even after I don't give the orders now, on page 14, now waiting the judge right, he said, then take 5 months for comply. Then just to waste time from April 19 where I give orders. This is now on page 14, now the judge right, because you actually see the judge wants the whole world for no waiting make this case here delay. He said, and by Kuroma and Usman Fode Yansane, then take 5 months, then they file frivolous and unnecessary papers for waste the time in court, for waste the court in time, and for refuse for comply. He said then, not only that, he said then can out then say, well, then get processes at the PPRC, wait for go through force before the judge go able look at the matter. That's not the constitution where they don't ask for go do. He said it take them over 6 months from that September convention. He said past March, the next year, imagine the law of the country to finger bar. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. He said it take them over 6 months. And so they want me the count just no so that's almost months that count. He said before finally then come front and now March 28th for cancel and say we don't complete all what women beg you say we want go do. Look at the new constitution. He said himself, he makes sure say work very fast. And in exactly 30 days, I may don't talk and say they cut the case. If they may just left the case, ordinary one, April 28th, exactly 30 days, he cut the case. Now, the judge say, and this, if you turn to page 54 of the judgment, of the judge in judgment, paragraph number 84, the judge say, where Ernest Bai Koroma and Usman Foday Yansane, where they want waste time, where they want waste the court in time. He said them file 2,500 sheets of paper. He said because they don't want the judgment for come out quick. He said them file 2,500 pieces of paper. When I go check them, paragraph number 84 on page 54 of the judgment. Let's read that inside English. He said, against this background, lawyers for Ernest Bai Koroma and Usman Foday Yansane sought to pursue and file a huge number of unnecessary and fruitless applications, numbering some formidable 2,500 pages of documents. Then carry 2,500 pages of unnecessary and frivolous documents. They were not necessary for confuse the judge and waste the time of the court. Now, so Ernest Bai Koroma and Usman Foday Yansane then do. I made the judge put on the paragraph 84. He said, all what them is supposed for do, they for just concede one thing because they don't catch the red-handed and so many blunders we then do. He said, before they concede, then begin waste the court in time over 1 year per frivolous applications. He said 2,500 pages of documents. Me people, if I don't listen up to this point, I feel say all of una way get common sense, because this is also high intelligence you need. Oh, you ordinary common sense go don't make you don't catch up now. Say Ernest Bai Koroma and Usman Foday Yansane, then no me want this case here so for be judged quickly. Now then delay the case. Now then delay this case. This case, the judge say inside 30 days in the court the case. He talked that inside March 2021, over 1 year ago. He said this case now is the case. He said inside 30 days at the court. Now in count application upon application, waste time upon waste time. In fact, the judge said this particular, he said if we go look all the history of one old salon where then they get political party cases. He said no case not there where they don't waste time, so like how they waste time. He said, but me, what time they do? He said, I make sure say I work diligently for this particular case. He said, I write over 10 rulings inside this case. He they give the dates, they all, one after the other way, they give rulings inside the case. He said, I saw me they write them fast, so as not for waste time. He said, but the people there and the defendants, Ernest Bai Koroma and Usman Foday Yansane, they spend over 1 year they waste time on this case. So many people don't know judge. Why them people here, if they really mean like this party, if they really mean get to party in interest, in 2023 interest at heart, why they waste time so? Why all the frivolous applications? Why the 2,500 pages of document? Why the waste of time? Why the flippant applications then will not get no merit? Fellow APC comrades, it was deliberate. Then people here get an agenda. I know they tell you now for the longest possible time. But slowly and surely, una can begin understand wetin dey happen inside our party. Now una dey see so. Complete delay and waste of time. But why? And if I recall, I don't tell you now, from 2020, I see that NRM case, that thing they invite me for go witness within the old NAC meetings. And I know what they happen at the NAC meetings. Now then delay that case day back. The same Anesbai Kroma, Usman Fodeyans, and that same clique. Now then delay that case they back over 1 year. The case not able to proceed. They play all type of gimmicks. The answer to why they do that is simple. They want muzzle the party. They want staunch the party in chances. And they don't succeed. Because only by the grace of God now ain't gonna make this party able to come together on time for meet up the challenge of 2023. And there are other legal and technical issues ahead of this party. We are going to discuss with you as time they go on. So we need for really begin ask them people your questions. Why then delay with party? And me can give you the answer. Then delay the party because they don't sell game. And it's by Kroma don't sell game. Usman Fodeyans and they don't sell game. Most of them, the executive, don't sell game. So they were very happy for delay the case, for delay the proceedings. Because when they delay the proceedings, they delay everything. And then they raise on our hopes and then they lie to her about how, it's like 60 days, everything they ready. Because this is what they specialize in. They not so respect them. They don't say anything and tell una they believe. So then they use una. That respect una get for them. Then use una for muzzle the party in chances. So now make I continue for tell una. Say them people then they not deserve una respect. They not deserve una trust. And una need to get rid of any trust and respect where una get for Anesbai Kroma, Usman Fodeyans, and the whole lot inside that so-called executive who we don't prove now say expired. If una not begin reorientate una minds and begin see them people there as the real enemies of the APC, then it's a waste of time. Then go continue for mislead una, delay una, big fool una, and everything they go on fine for them, na their own sphere. But una they retrogress more and more and more. The games the way they play inside Israeli politics right now are very interesting. Some we are the clean heart we will get, we God give it. They made them able fight we. But trust me, the games the way they play, the betrayals the way they happen, from the one they wanna believe, wanna respect, wanna they look up to. If you know the games the way then they play, for destroy una party in chances, una go shake una head. But all they go no more. Una just continue for they listen to me, continue for they listen as I they analyze for una. And with time, everything they fall into place. You know, see how then they spend a lot of energy. They're all one target. Sylvia Blyden. Every day you go no more group to group, click to click. Me not get click. Me not get group. Me not get faction. All waiting me get. Now the desire, the ambition, and the vision for the All People's Congress. For come back to waiting Shaka Robin Stevens and the founding fathers them me want for this country. We make them break away from the SLPP and then form a brand new party for the people, for the masses, for the grassroots, for the pillars of this great nation. That's me want. A restoration of the values of the All People's Congress. And by the grace of God, and with the help of the forefathers who have gone before, I go succeed. So if I don't reach that point there, I go end tonight's broadcast. And once again today, at the end them with the tune of the All People's Congress victory song. Let us continue to get hope as comrades. The betrayal then they boku. We were good, and we then they portray all types of ways. But I believe say by now most of them don't smart enough for know the good one them from the one that they delay the All People's Congress. Let God bless we all. Amen.